Hello everybody, welcome back to 2CTV with your latest news update from the United Kingdom. Party politics is escalating in the United Kingdom as Reform UK are now threatening legal action against the leader of the Conservative Party, Kemi. Badenoch. This is following yesterday's drama when Reform UK managed to gain more members for the first time ever than the Conservative Party. Reform UK are now officially the second largest political party in the United Kingdom. And when that happened, there were a lot of conspiracy theories that started, but specifically led by one person. Not a random crazy guy in his mum's basement. No, the leader of the official opposition, Kemi Badenoch. The whole thing got out of control. Yesterday, Nigel was celebrating that Reform managed to get 131,000 official party members, and they of course celebrated this. Today they're on over 144,000 members. It's still going up. Obviously, this screenshot is from a few minutes ago. It's already going up anyway. But it was interesting that what we had from Kemi Badenoch, and we reported this yesterday on this channel, wasn't necessarily what you call misinformation. It was disinformation. And as you guys know, obviously on 2CTV, we don't support any political party, and that is quite interesting because sometimes when I praise Reform UK, if they do something right, people get offended, saying, oh, you support Reform. Like we have someone who got Paul in the live chat saying, stop selling Reform, Maya. See how it works? When we criticize Reform, people say, oh, you are a Tory. Oh, no, you don't like Reform. I'm like, no. If Kemi Badenoch tomorrow says something right, I will praise her. If Keir Starmer says something right, which he won't, I will praise him. But that's not really the case. We have to be objective on this channel. And but what Kemi did was stupid and wrong, but she basically came out and said the numbers are wrong, the membership numbers are wrong, without any evidence, right? Then we have the confirmation because the auditors and the journalists, they've all gone to the back end of the website, Reform UK, and the Nation Builder that they're using as a software, and they got the confirmation that the numbers are correct. Obviously, we have a statement from Nigel Farage, the leader of Reform, is saying, the accusations of fraud and dishonesty made against me yesterday were disgraceful. This afternoon, we opened up our systems to the Telegraph, Spectator, Sky News and Financial Times in the interest of full transparency to verify that our numbers are correct. I am demanding that Kemi Badenoch now apologizes for her intemperate outburst. And it was quite interesting because then Kemi Badenoch on her side is fascinating. I mean, I personally don't trust any political party, as you guys know. But you have to be objective. So Reform UK are now going through the constitutional changes. So they are going through the Electoral Commission to get the new constitution approved. So they are now going to be an official political party. Until now, they were a limited company, but obviously that's now changed. They are just getting the permission, the approval from Electoral Commission to get that sorted legally. But Kemi Badenoch doesn't understand that her priority should be to fix her party rather than go around and attack, for example, Reform instead of Labour. Why are you not attacking the Labour government? That is interesting. You're supposed to be the grown-up centre-right party, right? And these are the findings we have from the different groups who went and checked the back end of the Nation Builder. Financial Times said, oh, it's time to apologize, Kemi. Reform's chair, Zia Youssef, showed the Financial Times the code and the underlying data underpinning the party's membership numbers on Friday, providing strong evidence that the tally was accurate. That was Financial Times. Even the mainstream media and press, even the mainstream, they tried to do gotcha. So all these guys, Sky News and Financial Times, all these guys, they were like, yeah, let's go and investigate. Let's see if we could find some sort of gotcha moment. And they realized, oh, well, actually, the numbers are correct. We also had the Telegraph, who are very Tory, saying the Telegraph has seen strong evidence that the figures are touted by Reform are based on verified membership data, which is logged in real time through a third-party website. Again, they are using Nation Builder, just like the Conservative Party. And again, it wasn't just Financial Times and the Telegraph. We also had Sky News, or as I say, Sly News that you can't trust. Even they tried to do gotcha, it didn't work. Sky said, Reform showed Sky News the coding used to link the ticker to the member count within their account on the platform Nation Builder. The demonstration provided strong evidence that the ticker was not automated. Even Sky News. We even had the Spectator saying the Spectator was shown the code on the front end of Reform's online tally, the backend code, and how that code links to the third-party donation site built by a Nation Builder. The demonstration provided evidence that the online tally did correspond to numbers that had signed up to Reform. The interesting thing about this is that a lot of people wanted more evidence, and Sky News, actually, of all people, we had the digital investigation journalist of Sky News going through the whole system. And now, by the way, before we go to the details of this is a lose-lose situation for Kemi and the Tories, because what Reform had done is that Kemi fell into the trap like an idiot. By lying, she didn't make a mistake. She lied because she didn't have any evidence. She directly lied. Disinformation. She now has been asked to apologize. If she doesn't apologize in the next couple of days, they're going to take her to court, legal action, right? So she has to apologize. If she doesn't, if she apologizes, that's embarrassing. That's a lose. She's going to go down again in the polls. If she doesn't apologize, court case, that's just embarrassing even more and dangerous. So it's a lose-lose right now for the Tory leadership, and I can imagine the panic right now at the Tory central office, CCHQ. So we're going through the details. Ben said, there really isn't anything suspicious about Reform UK and their ticker. Daniel and I took a look. This is what we saw. Let's go through the details, guys. Kemi seems to be alleging that the ticker is programmed to increase automatically. This is actually very common for tickers relating to things where the data isn't updated often. Any ticker showing government debt, unemployment, or global temperatures is almost certainly going up at a regular pre-programmed rate. The first sign that this is what's going on would be if the website isn't drawing data from a live feed, so API, but instead is periodically adding a certain number to whatever's on your screen when you load it up. That's definitely not what's happening. Every time the number goes up, the website grabs the latest data from an API. Ben also said that's not totally conclusive though. It could be that they have a number stored somewhere which is automated to tick up as Kemi described, and these API calls are just grabbing that number. As Richard has pointed out, however, the cookie in those API calls is called nbuild, Nation Builder, matching the name of Reform's independent contractor, Nation Builder. This suggests that the data is coming from them. Now, saying that's not conclusive, of course. They can name the cookie whatever they want. More interesting is how the counter has been going up. We analyzed this video to see if we could spot anything suspicious. In fact, it all looks perfectly normal. Membership applications decline overnight, then rise in the morning at around 11 a.m. When news about Reform UK having more members than the Tories started going viral, the number of new members surged. None of this is what you'd expect from a pre-programmed ticker. Not only that, this is, by the way, the whole thing is childish party politics anyway, that Kemi shouldn't have started. But by raising this lie, making it a news headline over the last day or two, well, since yesterday, she's basically been promoting Reform UK and their membership and their new membership surge. So since yesterday, Reform UK's membership has gone up again massively. So it's just completely embarrassing. This is, as we said last night on this channel, I did say that's exactly what the Remain campaign did in 2016. During the Brexit referendum campaign, when the Brexit side had the bus, the red bus, and talked about we pay a lot of money to the EU, we should pay that for the NHS. The Remain side were trying to calculate the number, saying the number is incorrect. Ooh, the more they talked about this, the more the bus was in the headlines and the news. You just promoted the Brexit campaign. Now they're doing the same thing. Ben also says that this is what it looked like over the course of this afternoon. The chart shows, unfortunately, the screenshot is not perfect, sorry. Shows the new members per minute. It's pretty varied. Again, not really what you expect if the numbers were pre-programmed. Update. This is the last post by Ben. Sky News was given a live demonstration showing Reform's Nation Builder account and the website ticker side by side. The numbers did indeed match up. Even Sky News. They tried their best. They tried their best to investigate and find some flaw. They couldn't. The reason it's getting embarrassing is, as I said, Kemi has to apologize. If she doesn't, she's going to get sued, right? Now, we don't actually know if Nigel is actually going to take legal action, right? Because he's saying he will, but that's going to escalate the whole thing. Instead of apologizing or saying anything, that, oh, we made a mistake, or some intern took my phone and did a post on X, the Tories just responded tonight. There's a statement we have from a spokesperson from the Conservative Party. Because I've been in touch with the CCHQ. They have ignored all our messages. They don't want to respond until now. Ben Leo just posted this on his show. This statement is embarrassing. This is what they said. Reform has delivered a Labour government that has cruelly cut winter fuel payments for 10 million pensioners, put the future of family farming and food security at risk, and launched a devastating raid on jobs which will leave working people paying the price. So embarrassing and unhinged. The Tory party have been operating as a robot for the past 20 years now. They just have all these pre-prepared statements and lines, and sometimes none of them make any sense. Reform delivered a Labour majority. So now they're not even taking responsibility for their own party messing things up. They're saying it was Reform. No, you look at the numbers. It was not Reform UK that split the vote, despite their propaganda before the election. That didn't actually happen. Labour took the seats from the Tories. Labour won. In fact, there were a number of seats that the Tories stopped Reform from taking, because Reform was second in many of the seats. It was the Tories that split the votes anyway. The Tories were always going to lose. That's the point. If Reform UK weren't there, the votes would not go to the Tories. The votes either would stay at home or go to the Labour Party or some third part, random party. They are completely unaware of what they've done and what they should do. That statement did not even address the scandal that they caused. Their leader, Kemi, is just saying, Reform UK delivered a Labour. That's not what we're talking about, you idiots. This is what we have now. Childish people in the Westminster Village. Let's get some reaction. Luke, thank you for your super chat, saying Kemi throwing toys out of the pram just shows the Tories for what they are now. Evidence won't lie. Numbers are legit. She just came up with a conspiracy theory without any evidence. It's weird. Also, she undermined legitimate conspiracy theories. You can't just randomly say things. Kieran Williams says it was Nigel taking the winter payments away from grandparents. New Tory lines. Basically, yeah. Oh, so bad. So weird, right? Now, yeah, Robert says the Conservatives have really screwed themselves. Good hell, Reform. It's stupid. The whole thing's stupid. Phil says we were so stupid and useless that Reform gave us a Labour government. Are you listening to yourselves? Don't be fooled by crap that any of these politicians hate each other. But they don't. Nigel doesn't hate Kemi and Kemi doesn't hate Nigel. Off camera, they're all pally. Yes, and have a good laugh. And yeah, of course, they should be like that. I'm friends with people in UKIP, Reform UK, one or two Labour, and Tories, and also Lib Dems. They still exist somehow. That you should not hate. Hate is a very, very powerful feeling, and hate comes in a thin line between love. You should care about someone enough to hate them. The true approach should be indifference. And yeah, you shouldn't really treat a different political party as I don't know, like the Nazis, because it's just you're still in the technically democratic United Kingdom, democratic. But no, yeah, I mean, I don't think Kemi has said she hates Nigel. I don't think Nigel has said he hates Kemi. So that they're not pretending to hate each other. That shouldn't be the case anyway. Should be civilized. Doesn't mean you have to agree with each other or support each other or basically just condone bad behavior. That's a whole different thing. But we're not Afghanistan and we're not Pakistan. We don't do that sort of stuff here. We're supposed to be more civilized. Ronnie says the Tories keep effing themselves while the Labour F us all. Yep. So true. Right. Vape King says, we are the news. Exactly. I'm still going to sue Elon for stealing my slogan. We are the media. Yes. So what's this? Gary Ford says, Nigel Farage, white people are becoming a minority in our own country. What are you going to do about it? I don't think there's any plan for that. which is quite concerning because we don't really have anybody in the mainstream politics to actually address the issue with the demographic changes. We have a lot of people talking about multiculturalism. We have people talking about illegal migration. But the problems are not really just about immediate multiculturalism as a problem or even illegal migration. We have a problem with mass legal migration and demographic changes. I've said this so many times. If a bunch of blonde people from Germany move to Japan and then demographic changes, Japan is no longer Japan. So it's all about numbers. You can't change the face of the country. It's not really just about skin color. It's about your character and your attitude, your customs, your traditions. It changes. And obviously, if England is no longer England or Scotland or Wales or wherever, there will be massive problems. Right. What the people are talking about Syria for some reason. Gary says, reform UK or Britain first come the next election. Well, Britain first don't have enough candidates for their 660 seats, whatever, 650 seats. So they don't have enough candidates for all the seats, constituencies. I think they'll have for a few, for good amount, but not for every seat. Also, there's not enough publicity for Britain first in terms of, obviously, you still have to spend money as a party to get traction and obviously more members and everything else like that. So Britain First is still struggling in terms of gaining the ground to become slightly more mainstream. But they are good if you want to do a protest vote. There's nothing wrong with it. You may make the same argument about UKIP, but UKIP, they need to actually get their act together, because if the UKIP had their peak 2014, even slightly after 2014, it doesn't matter if Nigel Farage leaves UKIP. Doesn't mean you have to lose all your infrastructure and the funding, the membership, the structure of the party. So UKIP had to start from scratch, and it's become slightly difficult. They are catching up, but they are very, very difficult to do this. Obviously, Tommy Robinson has come out recently from prison, obviously sending a message saying people should support Reform UK. Regardless of all the issues between Nigel Farage and Tommy Robinson, but again, people have their own opinions on this. Charles said, "Why you're an honorary Anglo-Saxon or Celtic pig? Take your choice. You are doing us all a great service." Yes, I'm absolutely grateful for the generosity of this kingdom and the lovely people of this kingdom, to my family and myself. What is this? Gary says, we must learn from South Africa. Depends. During the apartheid era, 5 million whites had control over 40 million black South African Muslims could do the same within the UK. That's a good point, isn't it? Barry says, hi Maya, it's funny, isn't it? Kemi is not only a globalist, but now a lying globalist. Why is this not surprising? She's just putting the final nail in the coffin of the Tories. One of the main problems with Kemi and Rishi Sunak is they are both very generic, robotic Tory people, right? But neither of them technically came from Tory backgrounds, like upper class Tory, like David Cameron background. But you think that, outsiders coming in would help. Because outsiders, when they become successful in the Tory party, they have to sell their soul. And they become robotic and very, very generic. What happens with that is that during peacetime, or when they are in power, they are so boring and cautious. Nothing radical, nothing correct, no decision making is right. But when they are in crisis, so when Rishi was losing the election, now when Kemi is just losing all her members, what they end up doing is when they try to lash out, they become so weird and just, it's like watching your drunk uncle putting his clothes back on after Christmas dinner. Because Rishi Sunak did the same thing. He was trying to be robust and he was just talking nonsense against reform and Labour. Kemi is doing the same thing. They don't know how to be robust. They don't know. They try to pretend to be like Trump in the moment. Like, oh, I'm going to say this. This is going to be cool, right? No, you just lied. You're not Trump. Stop trying to be Trump. You can't. But that's just one example. There's so many weird things that these guys have done. As in, if you're a cautious politician like David Cameron, just remain consistent. David Cameron was always cautious. You know, you like it, you don't like it, you can make up your own mind about people like David Cameron, that style of character and personality. Or you could be bombastic, like Trump. But don't do wishy-washy, like every now and then, like, yeah, I'm going to say something outrageous. No one's going to believe you. Because you don't do anything outrageous for the most of the time. We have Barbara Davis, one of our regulars, is back. Welcome back, Barbara. Thank you for your super chat, saying, excuse my ignorance, but could Conservatives join with Labour and boost their votes to keep everyone out of the running? No. No. And firstly, that is just so impractical because for both parties, the Tories and Labour, but mostly the Labour supporters and Labour voters and members, the moment, hypothetically, you have the Conservatives working with the other side, they'll all go away. They will just find a different left-wing party and they'll make, for example, the Green Party the mainstream left-wing party. So that's never going to happen. And they don't need to do that. Labour would not want to help the Tories to prevent reform, because Labour see Reform UK as just another Tory party. If Labour saw Reform UK, actually saw Reform UK as, I don't know, the Nazis, then yeah, perhaps there will be something. But it doesn't matter what the Labour politicians say publicly about Reform UK and Nigel. In reality, they're looking at what's going on in Parliament with the 5 Reform MPs. They can see that, well, Reform is just going to be another centre-right party. They're just basically replacing the Tories, whether you like it or not. So they would never, ever help the Tories. Vinny says, if Nigel Farage became a Prime Minister, would he be a puppet of the suit? You can't really make any predictions like that, because people can try to judge and analyze the faces they see on camera, on TV. So you see Kemi's face, you see Nigel's face, you hear them talk. If you don't know them personally, in your personal life, all you have is just your judgment. I'm looking at his face, I'm looking at his mouth talking. You can make a judgment, and all that is based on speculation. So you can already have your opinion about Nigel Farage or Kemi, but that's your own subjective opinion, and you might be right, you might be wrong, but it's still speculation. So if you believe already that Nigel is going to be controlled by the Illuminati, then you believe that. But there's no evidence for that. You might be right, you might be wrong. But if you believe that Nigel will be so independent and like a Robin Hood character, there is also no evidence for that either. You're just speculating. He might be, he might not be. So you can never tell. And obviously, I know the guy personally. So if I give my own personal bias based on what I know, I wouldn't say he would be the puppet, but he would play the game. He would make compromises in order to have the mainstream platform. So some people would see it as you're selling out, but some people would see it as it's just a professional political game. And he made the same argument about Trump in terms of, the last time when he was president, he could have exposed a lot of things. He knew some secrets, I guess, but he didn't. So he played the game. So that's just, you can make your own argument based on what you think is true, I guess. Got some people talking about UKIP. Daniel says UKIP will not make it. Well, they don't have enough members either. Just like Britain First, they won't have, because they don't have the funding. They don't have enough members for candidates. Sorry, they don't have enough candidates for all the constituencies. So even if they get 1 or 2 seats, obviously their supporters will be happy. It's still better than nothing, but they won't be able to form a government. It depends what your priority is. Is your priority getting a few candidates from the party you support in Parliament, because that's what the Lib Dems do and the Green Party, or is your priority to get Starmer out and Labour out and form a new government? If you want to form a new government, obviously back a political party that have enough candidates to form a government. I don't really care. I'm just being objective. I don't care if you're going to back a left-wing party or right-wing party or centrist party or whatever the party, or what type of right-wing party. Just make sure if you want a new government, back a party that has enough candidates to form a government. That's the only thing. If it was a different election and you just wanted to send a message, you just want a few candidates from your party to win, I got 3 members, then fine. But if you want the next election to be to remove the Labour government and form a new government, then obviously back a party. I don't care if you're left-wing or right-wing. Back a party that has enough candidates. That's the first step. Then there's obviously the other things to consider. But first step is back a party that has enough candidates. Super chat. The Spurn. Oh, hang on. I thought it was breaking news. Is it? Oh, it's something else. Where are we? Oh, the Spondent Patriots. Thank you. Saying... That's not what he said. That was a cough. Reform really screwed Kemi using the back end. That sounds sexual. I bet she was shocked when Reform showed her their members. Oh, no, you continue with the pun. I thought this was going to be an innocent comment. I'm the naive one. I cannot believe I fell for this again. That was funny. Very dark. Paul says, I don't understand why Farage keeps alienating Kemi and the Tories. Well, because it's a different party, isn't it? They are splitting the vote and strengthening Labour. They should be working strategically in voting areas to both get more seats. Yeah, but what Reform UK would say if I were to speak on behalf of Reform, because apparently people now say because I'm saying nice things about Reform, I'm supporting Reform apparently. If I say something wrong, if I criticise them, I hate Reform apparently. What Reform would say is, we don't even believe that the current Tory party is a centre-right party. So why would Reform want to help a party that is a liberal left-wing party? If the Tories were centre-right conservative, then yes, Paul is right. Work together, right? Coalition. But from the perspective of Reform UK, they don't see the Tory party as a centre-right conservative party. So it's like Reform UK helping the Liberal Democrats. It will be weird. They believe in different things. They're not saying the same thing. So that's what they would say. But if you think you think that Tories right now is the same Tories in 2015 or 2005 or 1992 or 1983, if you think that's still a Tory party because it's called the Tory party or the Conservative Party, then you might be mistaken, because the branding is the same, the name is the same, but the soul of the party is not the same. It's changed. And obviously the majority of the conservative-minded members have left now anyway, so... Barbara says, sing it again, Maya. Out, get them. Where is the thing? Do I still have the clip? In case, yes, I have it. Oh no, I have it. In case you missed it, last night, our Boxing Day, post-Christmas drunken party, my future father-in-law and myself, we came up with a new song, which I'm planning to make it go viral and also sing it at the next Unite the Kingdom rally. It was out. What was it? Watch it.
Shout, shout, get them all out. These are the people we can do without. Come on. Stop the boats. Come on. Yes. Shout, shout, get them all out. These are the people we can do without. Come on. Stop the boats. Come on.
Yeah, don't give up your day job, Maya. Yeah, so that was... We're going to take the charts, guys. We're gonna win. Also, we have a good supporter of TCTV from Jerusalem in Israel, who's also made some AI version of this song as well, which we'll put it on another day. And yeah, we got the whole song sorted now, thanks to AI. Tanya, thank you so much, Tanya, for your massive and generous super chat. Feel free to use the super chats to get your comments to pop out, because the good thing about super chats is that I can see your comments better. If you're gonna be that generous, so say something if you have any questions or any comments. Thank you again, Tanya. What is the reaction about this song? So Carol's happy. Off the table says it was actually an awesome song first time round as well. Onto a Winnemeyer. Yes. It was very good. There was a lot of alcohol, a lot of whiskey, a lot of single malt scotch went down. Oh, good times. Anyway, but the priority right now is to make sure that you guys support the 2CTV movement. You have the best and only limited offer in town. 50% off 2CTV Plus if you use the promo code Christmas50. Go to 2c.tv, join 2CTV Plus. This is literally the best deal we're going to do ever in the history of deals. You're not going to have it again. It's a limited offer. Stop checking it out. You always listen to me rant, do the same promo every time. You still haven't clicked. Go on 2c.tv, have a look at the website, then decide, and then join. And then obviously when you sign up with your details at the bottom of the page, got a coupon, put the promo code, join us today, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya 2C, and we are the media.